Hello, White Sox fans. It is time to make your picks to click for the coming week and also to see who won last week. And what a fun week it was. It was kind of a weird, shorter week for us for the pick to click contest because we only went from Tuesday through Sunday. And of course, there was a snow out and a scheduled off day in the middle of it. So we only had 4 games to choose from, but in those 4 games, the White Sox ended up with 47 hits. So the bats have definitely heated up, even as it was still a pretty cold day yesterday in Chicago. These guys are getting more comfortable in the box, so that is exciting to see. First off, I have to acknowledge that this video is coming out a little bit later than I expected it to. A couple of reasons. One, there was a lot more building in the video world for me to do for this than I was expecting. But the good news is now all of those templates are built and I should be set for the rest of the year. The other thing is that I really thought that when the White Sox game ended on Sunday afternoon, that all of these baseball statistics sites would update their pages right away. And that didn't happen until this morning. So in the meantime, though, I went and I created a Google spreadsheet full of formulas. So now, for one, I won't need to wait for the other sites anymore. I can kind of take care of that stuff on my own. But two, once I polish that site a little bit, I'm going to make that available if anybody out there needs a spreadsheet for calculating baseball stats. I'll be able to make that a shareable document that you can download and customize as you need. So we're going to start by taking a look at who everybody picked as their picks to click. And really quickly, just to remind everybody, it's free to play. I don't exactly know what the prize is going to be yet, but I'm definitely going to have some prizes to give out at the end of the season. And hopefully we can build this contest, make more people interested in it, and we can do maybe a top 10 finishers, maybe even more. We'll see what we can do. I'd really love to get some other organizations involved. But yes, free to play. All you have to do is in this video, leave your comment about who your pick to click is for this upcoming current week of White Sox baseball. So looking back, Tim Anderson was a very popular pick, very understandably so. Luis was probably right behind him, second most picks. Nick Madrigal got a little bit of love, even Adam Eaton, Andrew Vaughn, Jose Abreu. And I do have to admit, all of you guys that picked Abreu, I thought, ooh, he seems so cold to me. I wouldn't pick him. I picked Yoan Moncada, as did a number of you. And nobody could be faulted for picking Yermin Mercedes. So now let's take a look back at the week and see who the top performers were. I won't read every little stat, but it's all going to be right in front of you for you to see. The leader in total hits was Yoan Moncada, but just one more than Abreu, Mercedes, and Luis. Madrigal and Tim Anderson were right behind him. Batting average, Collins is not in the running. First off, nobody picked Zach Collins, and also he only got 1 game. But boy, did he make the most of it. He went 3 for 3 with a walk, so Collins might be forcing himself into the conversation for this coming week. An interesting note about the 2 guys that got 3 hits. Obviously, Collins got them all in 1 game. Eaton collected 1 each of a single, double, and triple. Also, it's great to see that 4 members of our regular lineup batted 400 or better last week, with Jose Abreu finishing just outside of that. Yermin Mercedes led the way with a 462 batting average, Moncada 438, Luis and Vaughn batted 400. Nobody had multiple doubles on the week, but the Sox still hit a lot of them. Nick Madrigal hit his first career triple. Abreu was the only multiple home run hitter on the week, which helped him lead the team in total bases with 15, Moncada with 11, TA 9, Madrigal 8. I like to take a look at the walk to strikeout ratio. Really don't want to see guys that are not walking a lot, but striking out a lot. I know on the season overall, Luis has gotten better, but still 2 walks against 6 strikeouts. It's a little too high of a ratio. Tim Anderson was even worse, just 1 walk against 6 strikeouts. I was impressed to see Abreu, who had been striking out a lot, and only struck out once between Tuesday and Sunday. 800 to me is the magic number. If you have players batting over 800 on base plus slugging, you're doing pretty well, and almost the entire lineup did that this past week. Abreu led the way, over 1,300, Moncada 1,200, Yermin Mercedes just over 1,000, Luis and Nick over 900. Though Tim Anderson's batting average was kind of low, his on-base plus slugging is respectable thanks to that double and home run he hit. Jose Abreu led the way in both runs scored and runs batted in. Right behind him in runs scored, Moncada, Luis, and TA. Little Nick Madrigal is becoming a slugger. He drove in 5 last week. To recap, how do the points work? First place gets 5 points, second place gets 3 points. Just by participating, you get 1 point. And there were people that scored points last week that didn't play this week, so they could have added on to their total but didn't. So some of you who didn't play last week but did play this week, well, you may have caught up and even passed people that did play last week. And of course, I think this contest is going to grow and grow. Every week you participate, you are putting yourself ahead of people that will join on later in the season, so you've got a good start on it. Come up with a bonus way to score. which is if your pick to click ends up hitting a walk-off, you get a bonus point. So yes, anybody that picked Nick Madrigal last week, in addition to just getting a point for showing up and making your pick, you get another point right now because he hit a walk-off. Now, as we all just looked at the stats together, I think we understand that Nick Madrigal is not the number 1 or number 2 finisher. He did have a great week, though. My number 1, I am so surprised I didn't pick him, Jose Abreu. Wow. Those 3 home runs really did a lot to bolster his stats and hopefully bolster his confidence as well. He did mix in 3 singles as well. So 3 singles, 3 home runs on the week while limiting his strikeouts. And I think that if you look back at those stats that we just went over, you can't deny Jose Abreu was absolutely the player of the week last week. And if you participated last week, you also know I like to give out more than just 2. So I'm going to put a tie for second place. So anybody that picked Yoan Moncada or Yermin Mercedes, you get all 3 points for finishing second. We do have Channing J leading the way with 9 points already on the young season. I am fortunately in 8th place, but I do not count towards the ranking. So second place with 7 points is Alex Watsky with JG23, Kevin In right behind it. It's really just the beginning of a long season, so everybody's going to have a lot of opportunities to catch up and add on to their point totals. To participate in this week, just leave a comment below on who you think the best offensive performer will be for the White Sox. Will Jose Abreu continue his tear? Yermin Mercedes seems like the safest pick ever. Nick Madrigal is heating up. Yoan Moncada and Luis are each hitting the ball really well. There's a lot of great options. The week ahead, the Sox host the Tigers for 3 games and Cleveland for 3 games. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for offense for the White Sox. I'm going to make a rule for myself as I announce my picks to click each week. I'm going to force myself to pick a different player week to week. You guys don't have to. It's just something I'm doing. I picked Yoan Moncada last week. This week, I'm picking Nick Madrigal. And yes, Billy Hennessy already commented on another video that his pick for this upcoming week is Nick Madrigal as well. He gets the early bird award for sure. But yeah, I understand the excitement of picking him. He has been hitting the ball so well. He's been driving the ball more than we're used to. I actually would like to see him keep the ball down a little bit more because he can get on base without needing to hit the ball into the gaps. But it is really awesome seeing him fly one over Joey Gallo's head. And honestly, that triple he hit into the gap, he hit that ball so square and so hard. He is absolutely taking it up a level, which is impressive considering where he's starting from. So as we get to watch our White Sox play in Chicago for an extended period of time, enjoy the week, play ball, and go Sox.